Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Barbados Black. Good morning, good afternoon, good rising, whatever your vibe is. We're about to get into a new painting, as you can see. I cannot wait. I have a new concept for you. So I'm thinking we're going to do our TV head, but I think I want to have it holding a girl this time. So I have a few ideas. This one is a different size. Let me see what size this is. Hold on. So I got some new canvases. These are 14 by 14. So we did one. We're about to do this one. We're trying some smaller stuff to try to get some more practice and to get this stuff out before the show. So let's get into it. But I just wanted to check in with you guys before we get started. You see, I got some new paintings hung up. Can you see them? So getting settled into the new painting studio. So let's finish. See you in a second.
Hey, good morning, good afternoon, grand rising, whatever your vibe is. I hope you're having a great day. I'm actually doing this voiceover on Christmas morning, so if you celebrate the holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everybody in the family. I went to Florida not too long ago to go see some of my family, and they're actually coming up pretty soon, so I actually can't wait to celebrate and take a little bit of time off. But if you know me, you know I'm always working, so that's just how I live my holidays. But as you seen a few seconds ago, we started off this one with a sketch instead of doing like a gradient or wanting to do the background first. I actually just wanted to sketch this one out and try to rough in my ideas and then just do the flats and block in each one of the actual graphic elements off. I started with like this turquoise, teal, kind of blue color, and then I went in with a darker blue shading. Let me see what this color is called. It's actually called light blue from Artist Loft, and then I went in with another color called, let me see, cobalt blue for the shading, and then I just mixed that in with a little bit of the aqua green that I have, and that's how I got the clouds. And then I just went in and blended that in, as you see me here going in with the detailed brush. This brush is a number 20 liner. It says 20 over 0 liner. So I went over that with a liner brush, as you see, and then you see me going back in there with some of my finer brushes that I have. I had bought a few set of liner brushes so I could try to do details a bit easier. And this brush has actually been paramount in getting a lot of these shapes that I like, and actually allowed to do myself, I feel like more details. So right now you see me finishing up the background. I wanted to start with a red orange, and then I wanted to have that transition into a more, I feel like just a regular orange, I guess you could say, just a nice sunburst orange. That's why I have the yellow in the middle, so it can have more of that sunburst kind of undertone to it. And then I wanted to blend that into the red orange to have a really vibrant, warm type of painting for this one. And then I wanted the blue clouds and a lot of blues and other colors to kind of contrast a lot of the background. So I use a lot of purples and blues for all the other elements because I was going for something that contrasted.
Hey, what's up, everybody? We are back. So I just finished the background primarily. I took a little bit of a break because it was a few hours and was late. I had to get something to eat, and then I ended up falling asleep after eating. So we have to just do the rest of these clouds over to touch these up primarily. Then I want to do some of these exclamation points. I have a few buildings left to do as well as the characters, but I think I also wanted to probably go over the bottom of this one more time at the bottom just to make it a little bit more like that one, where that bottom half is a bit more saturated smoothly. So we'll probably be doing that first, and then we'll get into the rest of this. I'm going to start with the street and stuff, but I'm really liking how it's coming out so far. Let me know what you guys think. I don't have a title at this point, but I just wanted to check in with you guys and let you know what we're about to get into, and I will see you guys in a second.
So for the next part, I actually wanted to do a street. If you've seen a few of my paintings or any of my digital artwork, I have like this really big obsession with painting like dreamscape lands, but they always have a street, but the streets are usually broken up. And for this color, I use a little bit of black and a lot of blues to get that, and then as well as a few grays as well. And then I just used a regular like canary yellow mixed in with just a little bit of white to get the actual the yellow lines that you put on the sides of the street. And that's how I did that one. And for me personally, when it comes to painting, I like to have a lot of free-flowing ideas. I have a very like tight concept in mind, but I very loosely try to go about it. I try to rough out those ideas, and then I try to pick the colors that I feel like match the mood that I'm going for. And then I try to also pick things that I feel like complement those colors as well. So if I feel like maybe I want to do an orange background, then I automatically think I'm going to go with blues or purples. Or if I want to do something more complementary, probably yellows and pinks. But with a lot of my paintings, I usually like to express more of my emotion than I do specifically focusing on technical ability. If I wanted to do that, I think I'd do more grid paintings and do more portraits. But here you'll see me actually going and using a blender brush that I had gotten. I'm still trying to figure out how to use it. I've watched a few tutorials, but I actually think I prefer just having the hard edges, kind of like how I do when I use any graphic work. The graphic edges just, excuse me, the hard edges just speak to me, and they just add a little bit of that graphic element that I'm used to. And I know you guys always hear me say that, but I just think that's just something that really adds to my style. I think that's something that really just adds to acrylics specifically. I think they lend themselves really well to like a blockier style. You can achieve a blocky style with any form of painting anyway, but I think acrylics really do, since they dry fast and they have such a matte look. I think that acrylics tend to lend themselves very well to those types of like pop art styles or comic kind of colors. I think that works really well. And I'm starting to see a theme. A few years ago, I think I did an art show, and it was for Afrofuturism and Surrealism, and I'm starting to see that as a big theme in a lot of my paintings. I'm doing a lot of things where I would consider this to be Surrealism and Futurism, but since I use a lot of black aesthetics and black artwork, I think that's where the Afro part comes into it. I feel like in a lot of artwork and a lot of paintings, we don't see a lot of black people in different types of environments or different types of atmosphere, even in the media. So I try to also incorporate a lot of those things that I think we wish to see, rather than just expound on what we already have. I try to create new things and pull from the new library of things to try to give us something that I feel like we have, so we can have some of our stuff too. I think all art can be beautiful, and I think all people can be beautiful. And I just think this is my way of adding to the already beautiful library of things that we already have. And I really love doing those spaceships. I feel like it's not a painting that I did if there's not like a spaceship or like a Pokeball hidden somewhere. I feel like those are two of my favorite things. And the funny thing is, I don't even watch a lot of Pokemon. I just have an obsession with Pokeballs. I just love how the Pokeballs look. But however, we're getting into some of the detail parts on the character on the TV head, because I haven't decided what I want to call these people yet. But for this, I started off with the light blue and a little bit of the cobalt blue, and then I went in with the darker color. Let me see what this blue is called. That's actually called ultramarine. So I then went in over that with ultramarine mixed in with the light blue, and that gave me the color so I can do the line art for that one as well. And now you'll see me going in with the color. I have made this color as a mixture of, I want to say, a light violet as well as a little bit of pink. I like to mix pinks in with my purples just to give them.
We're back. So we are almost finished. I'm tweaking to be done. I love how this is coming out. You see, I wanted to change up some of the tones. That one's a bit more, I would say, has a bit more red into it. This one has a bit more, obviously, like I think a bit more orange. That one's a bit more warm than this one. Not that this one's necessarily cool either, but I just feel like that one really has intensity to it and this one doesn't. So we're about to finish up the body, the head, and then do some more details. As you've seen, I sort of try to go in and do some more details. I want to still go in with the spaceships over here and do some more detailing. I just have to make the colors and then go from there, essentially. But what do you guys think? How y'all feeling? Let me know, because we are just about finished. So see you shortly.
So just to start finishing up with this one, I went back in, added a little bit more of the blues and some dark purple as well into the base color that I already had. And then I went back in with the liner brush that I had gotten, and to do some of the shading, in all of the parts where I felt like there were any things that were touching, so give us some of that 3D feeling that I was saying before. But I didn't blend a lot of these shapes out, as you can see. I wanted to keep a lot of this stuff as hard shapes. I like the hard shapes. I like the edges. There are certain parts of the painting where I will blend out, but I think for this painting, I wanted to keep a lot of those hard edges because I feel like those edges really create that shape and they really create the form. And I'm learning with acrylic paintings, you can't really be afraid to give your paintings shape or form, and you can't be afraid to put those hard edges down. You can't be afraid to blend either, but I really feel like you can't be afraid of the hard edge. That's how I'm at least approaching the acrylic paintings right now. What are some of the techniques you guys are using? Let me know down below. I'm trying to figure out some other ways as well. I'm always watching new videos. I'm always studying. So let me know what you guys are looking up or what you guys are studying so I can learn some new stuff too. And let's level up this painting together. Let's figure out how to become master painters together. Like I said, digital painting is one thing, but learning how to really control your hand and get used to doing things with the paint has been a bit more freeing for me just because I'm used to having more control. Even markers, you have the tube in your hand. My liner pens, you have the pen in your hand, but with paint, you have the brush, but you don't necessarily control the brush tip. It's all about the way you move your wrist, and it's all about the way you move other things, and I think that's paramount. I was pretty happy with how the outline for the figure came out. I went in with a lot of raw umber and raw sienna, and then I just mixed those together to get the inside color. But the outer part, I just used a lot of the dark umber and raw umber, and I just went around the edges and the outline that. But I really like how the body looks, and I like how the highlights came out. You can actually see that she's floating and sitting above the hand. I wanted it to kind of be like a moment of zen, kind of like when you reach the zenith point when you're meditating. And then I went in with some of that same color that I used for the clouds. I wanted to bring that back in to kind of tie the whole piece together. And then I used that as a highlight because the whole background is, as I said, orange. So that turquoise blue actually really pops off. So I feel like that would be a good accent color to use to really guide your eye around the painting and kind of use that as a psychic line. I also really think I like painting jewelry. No matter which medium I use, I feel like painting gold jewelry is always fun. There's a lot of different ways you can do it. But my favorite way to kind of do it is start with either a brown base or a yellow base, and then just add a lot of greens and purples to it to give it more of that undertone and more of the shading color. That way it has more of a realistic tone. I feel like gold tends to have a lot of different undertones of green. Rather than just use a straight brown, you can use the greens and the purples and the blues to really achieve a lot of other undertones. And here I'm just going in with some white just for that extra pop, just to add some of that extra gloss to the painting. And then I wanted to do a sun in the background, but I don't like to just do yellow suns or orange suns. I always do some sort of planet. So I feel like to keep the theme going, I just kept up the blue clouds, and then I just made a blue sun as well. For the last part, I'm just going over the full painting, just adding some extra details, some extra shadows, some extra highlights, just some extra things now that the painting's pretty much dry and I can actually take a step back and see what's missing and what areas need to be enhanced and what areas need to be tightened up. You just want to always try to clean up the painting towards the end.
Hey, what's up everybody? It's Barbados Black. I just finished this painting. I wanted to come show you guys. Let me know what you guys think this one should be called because I do not have any names yet. But anyway, I'm going to put this one up on YouTube pretty soon. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. My name is Barbados Black everywhere, so it'll be easy to find. And let me know what you guys think. Here's the painting. This is a 14 by 14 acrylic. I have not varnished it just yet. Let me know if you guys think I should add anything, and I hope to see you guys on my YouTube pretty soon.